How's everybody doing? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. I would like to tell the story of the first time that I witnessed a spirit. I was in 5th grade. I was at my friend Dustin's house. It was summertime. Now, Dustin had moved to South Kansas City with his sister and his mom. His mom had moved in with her boyfriend at the time, and his name was Doug. And Doug had a temper. Doug would be cool, he'd be chill, but he would flip on a dime. It didn't take much. I mean, wrong word, or if he heard something wrong, look out. He was fist fighting, red-eyed, and you had to kind of walk on pins and needles around Doug. So just to tell you that. And there's a reason I tell you that. So me and Dustin would hang out all the time. He'd be at my house or I'd be at his house, and we were always together that summer. I was at his house, and we'd hang out in the basement quite a bit and watch TV, listen to the radio. We had an arm wrestling table set up down there. The TV would shut off. It might come back on within 30 seconds, a couple minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes. You didn't know. That TV would shut off occasionally. Well, we thought, oh, okay, something's wrong with this TV. It's old, it's a piece of junk, right? Whatever. I tell you that. There was a time that we were upstairs watching TV in the living room. The TV that would shut off was in the basement where we hung out. We were upstairs watching TV in the living room. Dustin's mom had been downstairs doing laundry. The laundry room was down there. She had come up and ran through the door. It was a ranch-style house, so she came up from the basement, through the garage, and then into the house, in the kitchen there, that connected to the living room. It was open. And she ran through that door without even looking behind her, and she slammed that door and let out a little scream or whatever she said, but she was bugged out. We're like, what happened? She says, nothing, don't worry about it. Okay, we're 12 years old, we didn't think too much about it. But notice that she wouldn't go back down there. So it's a few days later, and she says, I was over there, and she says, hey, can you guys go downstairs to the storage room and get some things? Okay, so we go down there, and you go down the steps into the basement, and it opens up, and then there's a hallway, and there's a pocket door. A pocket door is a sliding door that slides into the wall. So you go through that pocket door, the laundry room's on the right, and then you go all the way down, and that's where the storage room is. And there was no door on that storage room at the end of the hall. So we had went in there, and I remember it being so cold, like 30 degrees. I would step out, and it's like 65. I'd step in, it's like 35. You could almost see your breath. And I remember being so amazed at that and telling Dustin, I'm like, this is crazy. How is this, And I'm stepping in and out of it, like, and he's doing it. And we're like, this is just wild. How is it? There's no door on here. It's like, where's all this cold air come from? We had no idea, We didn't know anything about spirits or none of this crap, you know what I mean? And so we get what we need and go upstairs, and that was it. There was another time, shortly after that, I was hanging out at his house, and he says, I got to go downstairs and get the laundry. Do you want to hang out downstairs for a while? I'm like, sure, we'll listen to music, hang out. I want to get a haircut anyway. So I used to give myself a buzz cut, summertime. So we're down there. Dustin goes in the laundry room, and I'm in the mirror. Take the clippers, the mirror, start giving myself a buzz cut, and I'm looking in the mirror as I'm, cutting my hair, but I can see behind me the pocket door. It's open, and you can see just in the laundry room, just a little bit, because it's right there, the door to the right. It leads into the laundry room. And so I'm cutting my hair, but I seen that pocket door, it slammed. And it slammed so hard that it hit and it came back open halfway. I shut the clippers off, turn around, and I'm just like, oh, whoa, like what's up? In my mind, I'm thinking somehow Dustin has done this, but it's a finished basement. Dustin comes out, and that door is, it hit so hard it came halfway open. He opens it the rest of the way, and he looks at me and he goes, "Why did you do that?" And I'm like, I didn't do that. You had to have done that. He's like, I didn't do that. Why'd you slam the door like that? Because it rocked it. And I said, dude, I didn't do that. And we're kind of like, something's wrong, but we're sure the other person, or kind of not really sure, the other person did it. And there's a little bar on the other side, the bar right here, and then that pocket door. And we thought somehow maybe someone broke in, someone's behind the bar. Somehow someone did that. Someone's back there. So we take off upstairs. No one's home. No adults are home. We take off upstairs and we're in the garage like, dude, someone's got to be down there. So we go ahead and, we each get a bat, arm ourselves with whatever. Tire iron, bat. We're going to go down there and we're going to iron this cat out, right? If anyone's down there. And so we get up enough nerve, we go back down there. Eventually, creep around the bar, and no one's there. No one's in this basement. And so we're like, we don't understand what could have happened. So he's kind of blaming me, and I start blaming him again. I go look around the laundry room, it's finished. I'm like, there's no way. And I was like, dude, I did not do that. He's sure I did it. I said, I tell you what, so let's just go back to the way things were. Go in the laundry room. At this time, I want you to peek around the door so I can see you. So here's the door to the laundry room. Like, he's peeking around. The pocket door is right here. I'm up here cutting my hair, but I can see through the mirror, big mirror in front of me. And so he's peeking around at me like this. I'm cutting my hair and I can see him behind me. And it only took about maybe 20 seconds. And he's looking at me and I can see him in the mirror making eye contact. And that door slams and cuts off our vision from each other. He comes out, throws that door open. We're both back upstairs in the garage, like freaking out. Get up our nerve after 30 minutes maybe. Go back down there. Go ahead, and this time I put a laundry basket in front. I said, go back in the laundry room. We'll do the same thing. I'm going to put a laundry basket in front of this door. So I take a rectangle, solid laundry basket. I put it in front of the door. Go back to what we're doing. After a few, I'd say more than a few seconds, less than a few minutes. But that spirit slammed that door on that laundry basket 6 or 7 times, smashed it flat. I mean, went hog wild on it. And we bugged out, took off. We were listening to this band, Slayer. I don't know if you guys know who they are. Old school heavy metal band. I can remember listening to that music down there on the old cassette player, and that cassette player had stopped on 666. You guys remember the old 3 digits on those? This was back in 92. So, and then I as I got older, I think back on this stuff. Now I know why his temper was like it was. Why he would hit, like hitting a switch. I mean, that guy would go from 0 to 100 in no time. It was the demonic. It was that spirit in his home. Dustin ended up shortly after, what was it, maybe 6th, 7th grade, started going downhill, getting in trouble. I had got in a lot of trouble myself and went down my own path of destruction. But I didn't know anything about spiritual warfare. I didn't know anything about none of this stuff, you know, whatever. And so, but I look back on this, you know, and you look back on parts of your life and you're like, you start looking at the pieces and you're like, oh man. And the destruction that happened, it's really sad. But I know Dustin had been in and out of jail his whole life. And he was a good kid, man. Smart. Had a bright future. They really had a lot going. But it all got ruined. I tell you this just to let you know, I don't know what I'd believe in. I don't know what I'd believe in. Truly. I'm going to be honest with myself. I can't say that I would believe in the Lord and follow the Lord if I hadn't witnessed the things that I witnessed. And even with the things that I witnessed, I still didn't follow the Lord for a long time. Many years of my life. I was a rambling man myself in my own way. And it's so foolish. It's so foolish. We can be so deceived and we think that we're good. And the enemy's really running amok in our life and destroying people around us, and we don't even see it. We don't even see it. There's many different demonic spirits. There's addiction, alcohol. How these spirits work is you go into depression, and then you're going to cover that up with alcohol. You're going to cover that up with drugs. You're going to cover it up with sex. You're going to cover it up, you know, it can be food. It can be anything. But they move in on you. They move in on you. One door opens another door and opens another door. And then ultimately, you know, the enemy wants to take you out. So I just tell you this story. You know, it's always been something in the back of my mind I didn't talk about for years. But the Lord has shown me that I've seen too much. I have seen a lot of spiritual things. And I kept it to myself for years. And I didn't tell anyone. And the Lord had come upon me and said, you are going to be held more accountable the day you stand before me because of what you've seen. There's going to be no excuse. And you're not helping others. You're not sharing this with others. It is real. It is 100% real. For those of you in the world that don't believe in it, that's fine. I've walked on that side of the fence. Not that I didn't believe in it because I seen it, but I chose to ignore it. I chose to ignore it. Like, whatever. And I just can't stress it enough. If you don't believe in it, you don't have spiritual eyes. Somewhere along the line, somewhere you're blind. You're hard-hearted. I just feel the need to tell you guys that wholeheartedly. I do care about you. Truly. Because there's so many people are in the teeth of the demonic. So many people, families are being tore apart. So many people are being destroyed, and they don't even see it. They're mad at God. They're mad at the Lord. They're like, oh, the Lord, I used to curse the Lord. Believe me, I did in my anger. I'm like, man, what's all this happening to me? You got control of this? What's up, man? I'm hating every day. I'm miserable. It's not the Lord. It's not the Lord. When you don't have a relationship with the Lord, I talked about this in one of my, I think my first video. When you don't have a relationship with the Lord, you don't have any protection. And you don't have any knowledge of the spiritual realm. You don't know how this stuff works. And the enemy's playing you like a fiddle. Or he's leaving you alone and letting you just chase the world, the winds of the world that are going to lead you nowhere. It's all worthless, meaningless. Everything you accumulate on this earth is not going to do anything for your spiritual health and building treasure in heaven. The Lord's going to say, what'd you do for my name? What did you do for me with the life that I have given you? And so a lot of times the enemy doesn't attack those because we're comfortable. And I touched on that in a first video. I just want to tell you guys that's one of the things that I've witnessed when I was young. And I just want you to be aware. So thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. I hope you share this with those in need. I've also got a prayer on the channel that you can click on and share that. Share that prayer with anyone that needs it. And that's it for this message. Be blessed.